After he asked me to marry him, Ryan set off fireworks for another woman, lighting up the whole city. A reporter came up to me and asked, "Did you and Ryan break up?" I remember Ryan also set off fireworks all night for Tiffany's 20th birthday. What do you think of the fireworks this time? I told them, I don't really remember things from when I was 20. Ryan, who was across the crowd, sneered and said, "Tiffany, you should watch your temper." I looked at him like I didn't know him. Who are you? I thought. He had no idea that on the day he lit up the city for someone else, I had an accident at work. The wire broke, and I hit my head. I forgot him, and I forgot our 7 years of being in love. Ryan asked me to marry him, and after I said yes, he immediately asked me to quit acting. His family didn't like me being an actress, but I didn't just see acting as a job. Before we got together, I was just an extra. It took me 10 years to go from being an extra to winning a Best Actress award. I didn't study acting professionally, so I worked really hard to get where I was. I cared about my fans. I didn't want to announce my retirement so quickly. I still had many contracts to finish and roles to play, so I couldn't quit acting right away. When he heard I wouldn't, he turned and gave the engagement ring to a new employee at his company, saying, "It's yours." At that moment, I felt a pain in my chest and my eyes filled with tears. We had been together for 7 years. When we first started dating, he was already very famous, and I was just a minor celebrity. In his friends' eyes, I was just a trophy girlfriend, interested in his money. For 7 years, I worked my way up and became the youngest Best Actress winner, and I even started my own studio. I did it all to feel like I was good enough for him. I had hoped for that ring for 7 years. He just gave it away to someone he barely knew. From that day on, we didn't talk much. He started using his connections to give all my opportunities to a new actress. Whether it was commercials, magazine covers, or leading roles in new shows, everything went to a newcomer named Wendy. Even the Best Actress award that I almost won went to her. On the day of the awards, I saw the newcomer's face. It was the woman who took the ring that day. He was trying to force me to give in. It's kind of funny when you think about it. In all these years, I never let him use his connections to help me, and now, not many people could mess with me. The one trying to make things difficult for me happened to be him. I texted him, asking where he was. "Come to Gold Bar," he replied. Gold Bar was a private club for rich and important people. He had his own private area there. When I arrived, he was drinking with a group of people. Wendy was there, sitting next to him, pouring drinks for him. Ethan, who always looked down on me, immediately made a rude comment. "Oh, Tiffany's here. The old and the new together. Quite a show. Following him for 7 years, and now the new girl steals the spotlight. Can't handle it, huh? Thought Ryan couldn't live without her, acting all high and mighty." I didn't care to listen to their words because they only saw me as Ryan's trophy girlfriend and him as my supporter. But now, as they compared me to Wendy, my heart felt like it was being cut with a dull knife. I kept my calm and said, "I want to talk to you alone." He took a puff from his cigarette and smirked through the smoke. "Whatever it is, say it here. There are no outsiders." He meant that he considered Wendy to be part of his inner circle now. Hearing this, Wendy's face turned red with excitement, and she poured the wine too high, spilling it on his pants. He didn't move to avoid it, letting her help clean it up. Seeing this, I frowned. "Ryan, do you have to block all my opportunities? I still have a studio, and many people depend on me for their salaries. Our problems shouldn't affect other people." He flicked the ash from his cigarette with a dismissive gesture. "As you see, I can easily create another star just like you whenever I want. I want you to quit acting. Now that you've lost all your jobs, your concerns don't matter. Why can't you just be my wife? Why do you need to be in the spotlight?" In his eyes, my hard work and sacrifices meant nothing. To marry him, I had to quit acting and just be a housewife, a wife in a wealthy family. The only important thing in my life could be him. I don't want that. You should respect what I want, not just decide what I should take, I replied. Ryan let out a mocking laugh, picked up the glass in front of him, and smashed it against the wall. "Tiffany, if you insist on going against me, then get lost." The broken glass on the ground looked like my heart, shattered and bleeding. 7 years, and in front of another woman, he told me to get lost. I turned to leave. His cold words reached me. Do you think I really can't live without you? If you leave, we're done. I turned back, stunned, holding my hands together tightly to stay calm. Then we're done, I said. He pulled Wendy closer and kissed her. From now on, she's my girlfriend. My vision blurred with tears, and I hurried out of the private room. The tears I had held back for so long finally fell as I left. I knew he was just being mean. He didn't really like her. 7 years ago, he liked me because of my acting. I played a supporting character who secretly loved the main guy. That night, the main guy called me to his room, planning to take advantage of me. Ryan happened to walk by, saw what was happening, and saved me, beating the guy up badly. After that, he would always be on set, and he told me he liked me at the rap party. Seeing my surprised face, he looked at me gently. He said he thought he had made his feelings obvious all along. He said he liked watching me act. He said I belonged on the screen. He said I would be famous one day. Now, I had achieved all of that, but he wasn't happy anymore. After that night, Wendy became the most popular news star. Her success was everywhere. Whether it was on TV, in the mall, or on the subway, her ads were everywhere. She was in all the headlines and trending topics online. Meanwhile, I had almost no new work except for an old contract I hadn't finished yet. On her 20th birthday, Ryan set off fireworks all night in North City for her. The trending topics online exploded. I watched the fireworks in the sky just like my love with him, bright, dazzling, and gone quickly. After all, he did the same for me on my 20th birthday, with fireworks all night in North City. Same tricks after all these years. Or maybe he was still trying to hurt me. What he could give me, he could give someone else too. My manager saw the trending topics and asked me, "Are you really done with that Ryan guy?" I saw the first comment under the trending topic, posted from Ryan's social media. It said, "I've broken up with Tiffany. Wendy is not the reason, and she has nothing to do with it. Anyone spreading rumors will get a letter from my lawyer." I thought he was just angry with me. But seeing him protect her like this, maybe he really liked her. After 7 years, maybe he was bored, meeting another woman, young, lively, and obedient. It's possible he fell for her. He moved on quickly, but I was still hurting. To avoid making others worry, I said, "It's over. Let's film." Tonight was the last scene for the old contract. Then, it would all be over. Who knew that after filming the scene with the wire would suddenly snap as it was lowering me down? Luckily, it wasn't too high, but I hit the back of my head on a table when I landed. The pain and the smell of blood made me dizzy. When I woke up, I was in the hospital. My manager sighed with relief when I woke up. "Honey, you're finally awake." She hesitated and then asked, "Should we tell Ryan? Maybe use this as a chance to get back on good terms with him? Who knows, he might care, and you two could get back together." I looked at her blankly. "Who's Ryan?" She looked like she had seen a ghost, didn't say anything for a long time, and then hurried to find a doctor. After they checked me, it wasn't too serious, just about 10 stitches on my head that could be taken out once they healed. I could leave the hospital in the morning. As for the memory loss, the doctor couldn't say when it would come back. But general memory loss shouldn't affect my daily life. I remembered everything except someone named Ryan. After leaving the hospital, I was surrounded by reporters. They eagerly held microphones to my face. On Tiffany's 20th birthday, Ryan also set off fireworks all night. "Did you two break up? How do you feel about the fireworks now?" From my manager, I had a basic idea of my history with Ryan. To me, it sounded like someone else's love story. I didn't feel much emotion. My only feeling was anger. How could someone be so controlling? It's a good thing we broke up. I just replied, "I don't really remember my 20th birthday." At this point, Ryan appeared. In the crowd, he smirked and said, "Tiffany, are you just pretending to be hurt to have an excuse to end the fight? You should calm down. If you apologize, maybe we can get back together." I looked at him blankly. "Who are you?" His smile disappeared. He walked towards me and looked down at me. "What are you acting like?" Pretending to forget me so I'd beg you to get back together? I guessed this was Ryan. Ryan? He raised an eyebrow. Not pretending anymore? Dressed in a suit, he looked sharp, but his words were as sharp as a knife. I'm not gonna do that. We broke up. You have a new girlfriend now, right? I looked pointedly at Wendy, who was a few feet away, her fingers clenching nervously. He laughed bitterly and smashed a nearby camera. What are you all filming? Since you said so, don't regret it later. He turned and grabbed Wendy's hand, raising it. Looking at me with cold eyes, he told the media, everyone sees this. We're broken up. My girlfriend is now Wendy. I smiled slightly. Please don't ask me anything about Ryan anymore. Ask his new girlfriend. After all, the fireworks were for her, not me. With that, I got into my car without looking back. Good thing I have memory loss. Even so, my heart felt uneasy, as if instinctively. If not, I can't imagine how I would have reacted. All my work stopped. Desperate, I accepted an offer to be on a reality show without thinking twice. But on set, I realized the show was set up against me. Another guest was Wendy, and the show was designed to promote her. No matter how famous they were, everyone had to treat her specially. I couldn't break the contract. The penalty was too much money for me to pay right now. Wendy ran into me before filming, smirking. Sis, she said, I asked Ryan to let you on the show. I heard you haven't been working much with no job and too much free time. Not as much free time as you, worrying about my business, I replied, sitting down to get my makeup done. She demanded the makeup artist, I need to touch up my makeup. Do mine first. The makeup artist hesitated. Wendy's face turned angry, about to yell, but then she glanced behind her and changed to a pitiful tone. If sis wants it, let her have it. My makeup isn't that important. I just thought my eye makeup could use a touch-up. The next moment, Ryan walked in. I said everything this time should put Wendy first. Are you still not fixing it? Do you not want this job anymore? It seemed like some people change their attitude quickly because they have someone powerful supporting them. I stepped in to help the makeup artist. Go on, I can do it myself. I started out as a background actor, and in the past, the makeup artist didn't always do my makeup. I've learned to do it myself for a long time. It's just that since I became famous, I hadn't done it myself for a while, and wasn't sure if I'd be a bit rusty. Pretending to have memory loss isn't enough? Now you're pretending to be blind? Can't even say hello? Ryan sneered at me coldly. Hearing this, I stood up, touching up my lips, and said in a distant way, Ryan, I'll leave you two to your romance. The way I called him Ryan made his face even angrier. The reality show started with 3 men and 3 women. Besides us, there was a female singer named Lily. The men included a male model named Leo, and the other was Ethan, who always seemed to have a problem with me. He was the youngest actor to win an award for Best Actor, becoming famous with a small independent movie. Ryan had gone out of his way for Wendy, even appearing on the reality show, probably to support her. First, the teams were chosen by picking matching colored strips. Leo and Lily were a team. I sighed. Of the 2 remaining men, I didn't want to team up with either. The results were announced, and it was Ethan. When he saw it, his eyes showed a hint of disgust. Today's task was to find all the pieces on the map. I picked up the map. Let's go, I said. Following the map, I was a bit confused. Looking back, I noticed the cameraman was gone. Where did the cameraman go? I asked. Don't look for them. There might be some hidden cameras. Let's just finish the task. Let me see the map. I handed him the map. He looked at it and pointed to the map and the area. He said one piece was under a turtle-shaped rock and another under a cypress tree. The cypress tree was close, so I hurried over, not realizing there was a hole in the ground hidden by the grass. I screamed as I fell down, and Ethan quickly grabbed me, rolling down with me. When we stopped, I only had a scratch on my hand, but was otherwise okay. Ethan, however, hit his leg on a rock and couldn't move for a while. Leaning against the rock, Ethan said coldly, "Idiot! Can't even be careful grabbing a card." This was my mistake, but a reality show shouldn't put the actors in danger. I hadn't expected the grass to cover a deep pit. "You don't really like me, so why did you save me?" I asked. He kept a cool expression and didn't answer. When the show started, the crew had taken our phones. Even if there were hidden cameras, they probably couldn't see us here. Why are you standing there? Go back and find someone. We'll be stuck here until dark. I looked at the sky. It was about to rain. If it rained hard with his leg injury, it could easily get infected. I crouched down and grabbed his hand. His ears turned red, and he immediately pulled back. "What are you doing?" he asked. I slowly moved closer to him, smiling in a teasing way. "In this wilderness, with you unable to move, it's just right." Seeing his face turn red, he pointed at me angrily. "Tiffany, have you no shame? Even now you're thinking about that stuff? Without Ryan by your side, you're trying to get with me?" "All right, let's see if you can stand up. It's about to rain. I saw a banana tree ahead. Let's go there first. If there are hidden cameras, they'll come looking for us." I grabbed his hand that was pointing at me and put it over my shoulder, helping him hobble to the banana tree. Picking some leaves for cover, I tried tearing his clothes, but they wouldn't rip. He struggled violently. "Showing your true colors now, huh? Pervert." I couldn't help but tap him on the head. "What's in your mind all the time? I just want to tear your clothes off to bandage your leg." Silence fell as his face turned completely red. He took off his shirt and tossed it at me. "You think it's a drama where clothes tear easily?" Luckily, it was summer and not cold. Ethan, who often worked out, had a muscular upper body, lean when clothed and muscular when bare, with visible abs. "Your hands aren't broken. Do it yourself," he said. He didn't argue and obediently bandaged his leg. Rain started to drizzle down and didn't look like it would stop soon. Seeing the ripe bananas on the tree, I picked some and tossed them to Ethan. Before handing them over, I paused. "Tell me why you hate me so much, and I'll give you these." Now that there was nothing else to do, Ethan finally explained why he disliked me. During his first year in the industry, he saw me take a room key from a director, which made him think I was willing to be used. When I was with Ryan later, he thought I had planned a fake rescue to get closer to Ryan. So every time he saw me, he would make cold, sarcastic remarks. I put the bananas in his hand without saying anything. He glanced at me. "Aren't you going to defend yourself?" I peeled a banana. It wasn't fully ripe and tasted a bit bitter, but after walking for so long, it was better than being hungry. "Defend myself? There's not much to defend. That year, I did take the director's room key. But I didn't end up in that room. My sister needed a kidney transplant because her kidneys were failing. Mine wasn't a match. A matching kidney was available in a month, but cost like 600,000 ween. As an extra, I didn't have that kind of money. I planned to sell myself for it. But my sister couldn't wait and passed away before I stepped into that room. I rushed to the hospital. She said she was going to find our parents first and told me to live well. She said I had suffered so much for her and asked me to be kinder to myself, not to force myself to do things I didn't want to do. In a way, I was indeed about to accept that room key to be used, just one step away. Because of this, the director humiliated me in public and kicked me out of the cast. He also told other directors and crew members not to hire me. Later, as time went by, he forgot about it. Even after I became popular, he still asked me to act in his film. When I refused, he threatened not to let me act in any of his films ever again. Ironically, it ended up isolating him in the industry, where no one wanted to work with him. It's just that as you live longer, sometimes you want someone to lean on. The rain stopped and the crew found us. Unexpectedly, Ryan showed up too, completely wet, clearly looking for me for a while without even using an umbrella. The moment he saw me, he ran over and hugged me tightly. "Tiffany, are you okay?" I saw Wendy behind him, her hands turning white from clenching them. Her face showed jealousy. She looked at me, then shifted her eyes to Ethan, smirking. "Sis, how did you fall? Ethan even took off his shirt. What happened?" Ryan let go of me and noticed shirtless Ethan behind us, his face turning gloomy. "What's going on?" I stepped back. "Ryan, my business is none of your concern." I glanced back at Ethan. "He hurt his leg. We should get a stretcher." Ryan reached out to grab me. "Let me help." I shook him off. Ethan waved at me. "Come support me. I can walk by myself." I disliked Ryan more than Ethan, so I went over to help Ethan without hesitation. Wendy chimed in. It seems like Sis and Ethan's relationship has improved quite a bit in just one day. Ethan shot her a cold look. Mind your mouth, manipulative woman. Ryan's mood darkened even more, his eyes coldly fixed on Ethan's hand on my shoulder. Ethan, since when did you become so close to Tiffany? Didn't you always look down on her? For once, Ethan stopped smiling at Ryan, raising his eyebrows. Ryan, who I like or dislike, is none of your business. Finally, the director stepped in, saying that we should hurry to the hospital because Ethan's injury needed immediate attention. Since I didn't have enough strength to support Ethan for long, the director helped him down the mountain. That ended the strange atmosphere. Luckily, Ethan's leg injury was just superficial. With some stitches and a 5-day rest in the nearest hospital, we could resume filming. Hearing he was okay made me feel relieved since he got hurt saving me. I also needed to get my stitches out, so I stayed at the hospital a bit longer. When I got back to the hotel, Ryan was waiting outside my door. There were several cigarette butts on the ground. He looked up at me. You've been at the hospital for so long. When did you and Ethan become so close? Who I'm close with is none of your business, Ryan. It's late. You should go. I need to rest. He suddenly grabbed my neck, pulling me close, staring into my eyes. What do you call me? Ryan. He pressed his lips to mine out of nowhere. I slapped him hard and wiped off my smudged lipstick. You're insane. Like a rabid dog biting people out of nowhere. His eyes showed disbelief. You hit me? We have no relationship, Ryan. You kissed me out of the blue. I could sue you for sexual harassment. But I'm tired these days, so let's just say it was like being bitten by a dog. Now I need to rest, he sneered. Fine, Tiffany, I've been too lenient with you. I pushed him away immediately, swiped my keycard, and hid in my room. I started washing my mouth over and over. He really is crazy. He has a new girlfriend, but still acts like he can't let go of the past with me. It's utterly disgusting. 5 days later, filming resumed. We had failed the last card task, so we were being punished by having to cook a meal for everyone else. We had to find the ingredients ourselves. While the others moved to the next phase, completing new tasks at the card location, I was by the lake looking for some wild vegetables. Ethan suggested going up the mountain to look for wild game. If not, he said he'd find some bird eggs. As I was picking vegetables, Wendy showed up. Tiffany, she said, I didn't expect you to be so sneaky. I thought you had given up, but now you're leading Ethan on and playing hard to get with Ryan. Your heart makes everything dirty. You two are a match. Don't worry, I won't break you up. I don't believe you. Ryan's been staring at your photos obsessively these past few days. I can't let you ruin everything I've worked hard for. Her eyes looked crazy as she tried to push me into the lake. I dodged and she fell in instead. She started struggling and shouting, Ryan, save me! So that's her real plan, huh? She played this mind game well. Ryan jumped into the lake, saving her, his eyes looking between us. What happened? Wendy clung to him, crying pitifully. I thought I'd never see you again. I came to talk to Sis, hoping she'd get back with you. These past few days, I've seen you looking at her photos, so you must miss her. Sis said I was meddling. Then she claimed she had a new target. I begged her. She said if I gave her my ring back, she'd consider it. As soon as I took it off, she threw it into the water. It was the first thing you gave me, so I jumped in without thinking and forgot I can't swim. Ryan's eyes softened with pity, looking at her tenderly. Are you an idiot? Watching him, I thought he's the real idiot here. Wendy planned it all, coming to me, provoking me, and trying to push me into the lake. When she fell in herself, she already had her lies ready. Sis can say whatever she wants. Just get back with Ryan. I'm not getting back with someone who's fawning over another woman, I said. Ryan lifted her out of the water, looking coldly at me. Enough, Tiffany. How can you be so mean? What's the point of her lying? There's a hidden camera here. Wouldn't we know if she's lying? Since you don't value my things, you'll have to retrieve the ring from the lake yourself. She isn't stupid. The camera must be broken. Before I could finish my sentence, he interrupted me. Enough. Go down and find it right now. If you argue, I will make sure everyone in your studio loses their jobs. No one in North City will hire them until you find the ring. I glared at him with hate in my eyes. Above everyone, not caring about ordinary people's lives, threatening them so easily. What's there to love about such a person? He saw my look and avoided my gaze, his voice not as cold, and with a slight tremor. What are you looking at? Nothing. I was just curious why I ever fell in love with someone like you. Saying that, I jumped into the lake. Since I was a kid, I was good at swimming and loved playing in the water. My father was a fisherman, but he was unlucky. One time he encountered a waterspout and never came home again. After that, I avoided the water. I wonder if Ryan knows that. At the bottom of the lake, my vision wasn't clear. After holding my breath twice, I finally saw the ring. On the third dive, I touched the ring, but my ankle got tangled in the weeds. I struggled to swim up but couldn't. When I tried to call for help, water filled my mouth. The feeling of suffocation grew stronger. Maybe I was going to die. All the memories flooded my mind. I saw a 20-year-old Ryan, holding flowers, shyly telling me he liked me. 21-year-old Ryan cooked for me, saw me get hurt as an extra, and said he would get me a leading role and make me famous. I told him my acting wasn't good enough for a lead role yet, but I wanted to rely on myself. 22-year-old Ryan set off fireworks for me all night in North City. He even made one himself. The fireworks exploded, and in the dark night sky appeared the words, "Ryan will always love Tiffany." Back then, his love was something he wanted the whole world to know. That year, I got my first supporting role with more lines, no longer just a background character. He would say, "My Tiffany is finally being seen for her talent." That role made me suddenly popular. I finally became a lead actress. 23-year-old Ryan would complain that I was too busy and couldn't spend time with him. He tried to arrange business trips to the cities where I filmed. Because my role had many water scenes, for the first time, he didn't listen to me and interfered with the script. 24-year-old Ryan changed. He no longer needed to see me as much. Even if I rushed my filming schedule to see him, his eyes looked less warm. 25-year-old Ryan had some rumors about him occasionally, but would patiently explain to me that they were just rumors without any basis. At 27, when he finally took out that ring to propose, we broke up. Seeing all this, I felt a moment of regret. He once loved me that much. In a daze, it seemed I saw another man. It was Ethan. He was swimming towards me desperately. "Ethan, go away!" someone shouted. "I want to see her." "You get out of here." "What right do you have to see her? You made her jump into the lake." "The doctor said if I had been any later, it might have been too late." "She's your sister-in-law. You shouldn't touch her." Don't flatter yourself. Just because the Jack family calls you brother doesn't mean you are my brother. What's Ryan's family to me? Don't you have another woman? Go check on her. Her scandal can't be hidden. It's about to blow up. You're asking for it. Hearing the commotion, I woke up. The two were fighting in the room. "This is a hospital. Do you have to be so noisy?" Hearing my voice, they stopped and looked at me together. "Tiffany, you're finally awake." Ryan rushed over to help me up. I moved away, avoiding his touch, and looked at Ethan. "Thank you." It wasn't a dream before I passed out. He really saved me. I wanted to talk to him alone. Ethan paused. "I'll get the doctor to check on you." Ryan said, "Tiffany, I didn't know you really had memory loss. It was all figured out. I didn't know Wendy would have such plans to frame you by pretending to fall into the water. I was wrong. Let's not fight anymore, okay?" Hearing this, I couldn't help but laugh. "It's funny, really." "You laughed, so does that mean you've forgiven me?" I looked at him coldly. "I have memory loss. What does that have to do with this? We've known each other for 7 years. You doubted me because of a few words from her. I never argued with you about it. You were the one who kept bringing up breaking up. Now you say, 'Let's not fight anymore,' and you think that fixes everything? Isn't that ridiculous?" His face turned a bit ugly. For the first time, he softened. "In the future, I won't interfere with your acting. We were supposed to get married. This was our only disagreement. I've compromised. Let's make up." "Just this one thing? I don't think so. Basically, you looked down on me. Before, I was blind, or maybe you pretended to love me well enough that I couldn't let go of our past." Now, with this wedding stuff, you're bluntly telling me you look down on everything I've worked for. You use Wendy to provoke me or get some excitement from her. Who knows? I'm glad I found out before marriage. At least I can end things now rather than marrying you and becoming a bitter old woman who regrets it. You lost your memory. That's why you're misunderstanding my feelings for you. The near drowning brought my memory back, making me confident enough to say this. From now on, we should have nothing to do with each other. He wanted to argue more, but Ethan came in with the doctor, saying they needed to examine me and pushed everyone out. Before leaving, Ryan said he wouldn't give up on the love we had over the past 7 years and would make it up to me. After my manager arrived, I found out Wendy's sudden rise to fame brought a lot of attention to her. While she bribed the crew and tried to destroy the cameras that filmed her framing me, her assistant had already been paid off. The assistant recorded everything and posted it online. This incident led to the exposure of many scandals: her diva behavior, bullying new actors, and only getting into the entertainment company through sleeping with people in power. Multiple companies tried to pay for trending topics to hide it, but they couldn't stop it. Meanwhile, Ryan also didn't try to stop it. Now, Wendy's reputation was completely ruined. All her commercials were canceled, and she was replaced as the lead actress. No one wanted to be associated with her. No one knew where she was hiding. Ryan's so-called way of making up for things was to send me a lot of offers for commercials and offer me the lead role in a movie. My agent thought I wouldn't accept and was thinking about how to convince me. I directly said, "Keep them." In the past, I loved him and didn't want people to think our love involved any exchange of favors. I just wanted something real. However, rumors never stopped. Now, I can handle all this, and it should have been mine from the start. If it weren't for his sudden interference, I wouldn't have lost so many opportunities. I went back to my busy life. Ryan, just like in the first year he liked me, kept showing up at my filming locations, just quietly watching me. He wanted to drive me home and bring me food, hoping to get a chance to talk to me. When we first met, my heart would race seeing him like that. Now, I'm just annoyed. He's determined to erase the last bit of good memories. He was the one who broke up, and he's the one who can't let go. Why is it so hard to end things peacefully? Until one day, after he drove me home for a month straight, I got out of the car and asked what he really wanted. He took out that ring again and came towards me. "Tiffany, I personally dove into the lake to find this ring. Can you give me another chance?" I reached out to take the ring, and he looked happy. This ring was already worn by another woman. There's no need to give it to me now. Isn't my sincerity enough? What do I have to do to earn your forgiveness? I'll do anything for another chance. I threw the ring into the grass. If you can find it, maybe there's a chance. Until then, don't contact me again. He quickly ran into the grass, frantically searching. I didn't look back anymore. I turned around and opened my hand to reveal the ring safely in my palm. He would never find a ring that I hadn't actually thrown away. The next morning, I got a call from him asking me to come downstairs. When I went down, I saw him standing not far away, looking thin and tired. He looked much more worn out now. I rarely looked at him closely these days. He anxiously blocked my way, taking out an identical ring. I found it. It seemed I underestimated how rich he was. If he couldn't find it, he could make an identical one overnight. Can we start over? I took out the ring I had hidden the night before and placed it in his palm. The ring is with me. How could you have found it? He looked shocked, his face slowly turning pale. I continued. I wanted to give us a final moment of respect, but you always only think about yourself, not caring about others. So let me be clear, you're really annoying. Can you please stop bothering me? At my words, his eyes turned red, gripping the ring so tightly his knuckles turned white. The next moment, he covered his face and warm tears streamed down. He choked out, "Tiffany, can we really not start over? I regret it. I was wrong. This time, I won't mess up again. I will support you. I will learn to respect you." 7 years. How many times do you get 7 years in life? You might be willing to start over and waste it again, but I'm not. I found that even without you, my life is still good. So, Don't block my way. I just don't love you anymore. If this goes on, it'll turn into hate. This time, looking completely defeated, he stared at me for a long time. Seeing the determination in my face that he had never seen before, he finally agreed in a hollow voice. All right, and turned to leave, looking sad. Not long after, there was a loud knock on my door. When I opened it, I saw Ethan's worried face. He immediately pulled me into a hug. You're okay. Thank goodness. I pulled away from his hug and asked, puzzled, what could possibly be wrong? I've been working nonstop and finally have a few days to rest. You don't know what's happened? He asked. What? After I said goodbye to Ryan, I went upstairs to get some sleep. I slept until Ethan knocked on the door. I only found out then that Wendy went to find Ryan, wanting him to help her with her situation. She thought she had made him so important that he could definitely save her. But all she got was Ryan coldly pushing her away. Wendy got angry and stabbed him with a knife. They were near my house when it happened. Ethan rushed over as soon as he heard the news, worried she might come after me too. Now Ryan is in the hospital having emergency surgery and Wendy is in jail facing charges of attempted murder. Ryan is not in immediate danger, but he has lost a kidney. Ryan's family has always been watching his position, and they've never been happy about the trouble he's caused over women. Now that he's injured, it's unlikely he'll keep his spot as the heir, especially since he has other siblings. When Ethan found out about the situation, he rushed over to check on me. Aren't you going to the hospital to see him? He asked. He caused this himself. Now he has to deal with the consequences. I'm not going in case he misunderstands and thinks I still have feelings for him. Ethan stood at the door, not moving, just staring at my face. What? Do you think I'm that cold and heartless? He looked at me seriously. Didn't you ask me why I saved you? What? His change of topic surprised me, and it took me a moment to realize he was talking about the question I asked him on the mountain that day. At first, I thought you were the kind of woman who loved attention, so I didn't like you. Later on, when you became Ryan's girlfriend, I had mixed feelings. Every time I met you, I was sarcastic, but I couldn't help but keep looking at you. I thought you were beautiful and clever, but definitely attractive. This made me think you were someone who could easily charm people. When you showed love for Ryan, I was confused. Could someone really fake it that well? But you were someone else's girlfriend. Thinking about you made me feel like I was secretly wanting my friend's girlfriend. Until the last time on the mountain, when you refused to leave me behind. That made me think you couldn't be someone who would sell themselves for money. Otherwise, there was no need to turn down being Mrs. Ryan. So I looked into it, and you were never in that room. These past few days, I didn't come to see you except in the hospital. I was giving myself time to think and giving you time too. But then I heard Wendy stabbed Ryan near your house, and I suddenly got really scared. I was afraid I'd never get to tell you these things, so I came. After he finished, he looked like he was holding his breath. I found it funny and couldn't help but tease him. So, after all that, you're saying I'm some kind of tempting woman? He looked sad and quickly explained, No, what I'm saying is, I like you. Can I try to date you? I put on a serious face and told him, Give me 2 more years. I can't just jump into a new relationship without thinking about it carefully so quickly. Your heart really needs to be clear for the next person to feel good living in it, right? He hugged me again, looking excited. Okay, I'll wait. Not just 2 years, I'll wait 5, 10 years if I have to. Just promise me I'll be the first in line to be your next boyfriend. I laughed. What a way to put it. As if the previous one died or something. I hugged him back briefly. I'm so grateful I haven't completely lost the courage to love. My future love is already standing right in front of me,